Number 12. In my living room now. I've got a living room. After 59 years, I can afford a living room that doesn't have homeless people sleeping in the corner. I might invite a few in, actually. Why not? In case I get peckish. I will murder and eviscerate, cook and eat any homeless people that get in touch with me. Get in touch with me via my, make your own podcast and let me know via then that you're up for being eaten. Micturation. I was trying to think of a word along the lines of micturation, which means to urinate. Just in case urinate isn't quite, impressive enough. Say micturate. What a funny language we have, eh? Piss, pee, pee-pee. Micturate, urinate. That's about it, isn't it? Number 1. I always get confused. Number 1 is micturate. Number 2 is defecate, right? Defecate. Porky pig. Right. Which is quite, at the time can be an exceedingly important differentiation between number 1 and number 2. I think I have shit myself in front of 200 disbelieving Chinese tourists on the Singapore-Malaysia border. This is no lie. And I was wearing shorts as well at the time, so they got the full show of the stuff of life cascading down my thighs, calves to fill up my trainers. What are they called? New Balance, which used to be the vegans trainers, because I knew a vegan guy used, but now supposedly they're the neo-Nazi. Maybe they're going to conglomerate the neo-Nazis and the vegans. Work things out. I don't know, Hitler was a vegetarian, obviously. I don't know if he was a vegan. He wasn't completely nuts. Yeah. I wonder if the far-right extremist groups can sort of, get together with the vegans, the Quakers, the people that make oatmeal, and all the others. I wonder if we can live in a world of vegan fascism. I'm sure that'd be attractive to some people. Certainly, the cows would probably like that. But another thing I wanted to say, if it wasn't for meat eaters, there'd be a hell of a lot less fucking cows in the world who would be a hell of a lot less protected unless they were in zoos. As far as I'm concerned, cows owe me a living. What do they do? We build fences, protect. If it wasn't for us, they'd be getting ripped apart by wild animals. That's kind of their function in nature. Sorry, Morrissey. Because that's kind of how nature works. Some animals have big teeth and eat. Other animals that don't have big teeth. Teeth is what it's all about. But then again, there's a hippopotamus who has the biggest teeth and is actually the most. And it doesn't actually eat meat. It just eats African villagers, but doesn't eat them. It just sort of bites them in half. Don't fuck with a hippopotamus. I learned this from playing Hungry Hippo as a child. Wonderful, wonderful game, Hungry Hippo. And they had the robot one as well. What the hell was that called? God, that was fantastic. Whoever invented those games was truly... Are today's video games better than those games? Yeah, of course they are. Those games are pretty good. Simple but effective. Hungry Hippos. Marbles. I was a huge fan of marbles. We even had the special nicknames for the Steely, I think was the big, the steel. It was a ball bearing that the sort of rough kid would bring in from his dad's factory or something and destroy all the other marbles. And then you get really big, thick, what are they called? Oh God. The Steely, big massive ball bearing. We'd have the marble, we played stanks, that's what they called. drains, stanks. Not Outcast's last album. Some Stankonia or something, isn't it? It's not the last album, but anyway. Yeah, we used to play marbles. I can't remember what we actually did. What we do? I think you had to get, and penny toss as well, try to get the pennies close to the wall. I forget, what do you do with the marbles though? I love playing marbles. I coveted. You'd have to get the great marbles, the best ones. Until some, neo-Nazi far-right vegan would come in with his not tested on animals ball bearing, destroy the lives of all those toddlers. Well, we were about 7 or 8 at the time. I think it was 6, 7, 8. I like thinking about memories of my childhood. Almost peels back the incredible pain of being alive right now. Taking 2 tramadol today. I take them every day. It's my form of drug abuse. They got paracetamol in them as well. It's great stuff. It works a little bit. That's it too. That's all I can handle. It's a bit like aspirin and Coca-Cola. You gotta keep it under lock and key. If I've got a big night out, I'll have 4 tramadols because you can get them just it is a synthetic opioid, but it's I don't know what it's like. It's like a painkiller. Am I slurring my words? I'm just wondering if in some way I can be arrested for saying this. Maybe I should just say a bunch of arrestable offences to actually get some people listening to this. There's got to be some podcasters have done that. Commit crime. Just to, up their YouTube views. Likes, I committed a second Armenian genocide. Share if you like. President Erdogan. Big fan of that, probably. I could do that. I could just insult world leaders and perhaps get assassinated. That might get me a few more followers. I mean, it would end my life, but things you got to do nowadays, the social media context, the landscape. If it involves my death, it's the way it is. You got to do this nowadays. I mean, Instagram is getting harder and harder. It's how I'm going to die, though. I mean, to really get the viewers, you can't just go out you can't just blow your head off like some Italian politician on TV. That's old school. You get people flicking through the channels like they wouldn't even stop for a second. Oh, here we go. Another politician blowing his head off on stage. It wasn't even stage, was it? How would I like to die? Where was that scene from the Monty Python film, The Meaning of Life? Oh, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't that one. It was Now for Something Completely Different. Or was it? I don't know. I can't remember. Where he's being chased. It's The Meaning of Life, yeah. By topless roller derby girls. Young women. Until he jumps off a cliff. And that's how he got to choose his own death. I don't know if I would be chased by them. Maybe beaten by them. Or smothered. Physically. Yeah. Physically smothered in young women's bodies. Yeah, that's got to be a good way to go. If you want to email me on if you can arrange that, yeah, please do. That's probably the best way to die, isn't it? Smothered to death by a netball team. Naked netball team. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I'm going to have to do. That's what I'm going to work on, if the podcast takes off. Hey, I could do it. Hey, that's good. I never thought I could do a soundtrack to this. Good, eh? Ominous. Helpful. Happy. Hopeful. Oh, I don't know. Oh, shit. Back to square one. It's the power of music there. I'm going to be releasing that soon. Keep an eye out for it.